Sanibonani Mthwakazi omuhle, siyalamukela njalo kwesinye isiqephu sethu sezindaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio. Namhla kungumsombuluko zingamashumi 20 kuMabasa ngomnyaka ka-2026. Indaba lisethulelwa ngikhethiwe Chuma. Kwesihamba phambili namhla kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio, abongikazi baqala impikisho lapho bebhikishela iholo. Ukuqhubeka kokuvalelwa kukaMatsibaba beShanduko kuveza ukuba umthetho lobandlululo, kusho umthungameli webandla eliphikisayo. Izizalwane zaseZimbabwe eziphila ngaphandle kwelizwe zibambe umbhikisho besola ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu eLondon. Nanzi indaba zethu ngokuceleyo. Inhlanganiso yabongikazi Zimbabwe Nurses Association izina iqale impikisho wabo amalanga amathathu ilizwe lonke jikelele lapho besola iholo eliphansi. Lokhu kuza ngemva kokuba uhulumende ehluleke ukugcwalisa isithembiso sokubangezelela iholo ngesikhathi besithi bafuna ukungezelelwa iholo, kodwa uhulumende wakhetha ukubanikeza $30 kweleMelika njengokukhutshulelwa kwabo iholo. Basola uhulumende ngokungabi lesifiso sokukhangelisisa indubo ababhekane lazo njengabongikazi. Ake sizweni abanye obongikazi bekhuluma.
Come in their numbers, but they are refusing to go to work for only one reason. There is a deadlock with the employer. I would like to believe that since time immemorial, we have tried to engage the employer in terms of salaries and other issues, remuneration issues, but the issues have not been addressed. So for that reason, the nurses have come, they've gathered here. We have tried, even as an association, to stop this, but we have failed. And this one is not political, it's only that the nurses are just trying to demand fair remuneration from the employer, but it seems the employer is refusing. So in the latest notification, we thought the employer was going to do something. Unfortunately, up to today, nothing has been done. I would like to also point out that this is a major blasting zone. We thought the employer was going to do something, because honestly, strike is nasty, it's something that we don't want to resort to. But the nurses are refusing nowadays. They are saying we want the employer to engage us, we want the employer to address our issues, and even as an association, we try our best to conscientize our nurses, to prioritize the patients, to do what is good for the patients. But they are saying we are hungry, we are incapacitated, we are earning far below the poverty line. So for that reason, we are here, and we believe that in the shortest possible time, the employer is supposed to do something. Thank you very much.
Basa ratinoita food chaicho kuti tidye mabasa nokuti vamwe vakawanda vakurwara nezvirwere zvatotapurirwa nazvo mapatients nenyaya yeimmune system yedu chaichayo haisi kutoita nemari transport allowance izozvikuite basa nokuita hitchhiking ichibhadhara $150 kuya kuno transport kuya kuno hapedza izvozvo mari chaiyo kuti maschool fees evana paunogara rent mvura magetsi haikwanyi saka batikana aiwa ngaimbotione gavhmenti mona mwana achizosvika kuti mama madisiya basa radzo magara pamba utoona kuti papeji ibereki ndopanoita hedzi tikufa tichifamba it's not nice tabvira kudhara nestruggle chidone basa redu tinaro varwere redu vanototirwadza isusu hafana kunge tivasiya veizoti nesuwo tichada kupepwa. Imagine ndichipepwa kudaro vanhu vachienda basa inoti havana mari aiwa ngatimbokososoriwo basa redu as long as tichibatsira vamwe ngatibatsirwewo tikwanise kuuya pabasa nenguva transport chaiyo allowance kana ukanzi munhu akanga atenga mota yake kare kare could afford fuel chaiyo haisi kutengeka saka kuya kubatsira kutirwadza achipenyebha yakubatsa chakuchakadokwa kutotirwadza itori stress kana wagisa grocery racho remumba kwani munhu wawanesi vanongonesi vezita takurerutswa peshe patinofamba nemahwinji nemachitoro nemugoshandei isu tine rudo atisoreswe munhu pedamhirika makoko vaiva tensingade isiri our last option ekuti vanhu vaende vanhu vada kushandira munyika mavo vasona mhuri dzavo vachiramba hama dzavo haandapedza.
Thank you.
We understand kuti why mavoice ari weak inyaya yenzara ipapa tatombopomba kaenergizer kuti kwanise kungochiovhoisa kuti mungotinzwawo otherwise tichipedza kutaura tinogona kungokolapsa. But anyway tinoda kukutendai mese nekuuya kwatiri kuita tauya kuzosimbisana chinhu chatiri kuita panapa chinhu 1 ene chinhu chatiri kuita hachingoiswa paSalingabo Central Hospital chete but chinhu chiri kuitwa nationwide. Tiri kutaura kuti izvezvi kubhindura chitungwiza pari tichienda mutsare vanhu vese vari kungoita the same thing. It's the same language kumanesi ese muZimbabwe right now. Handitiri kuwirirana. So pakufamba kwatiri kuti zvinhu zviri pamutemo kaizvi tine 72 hours dzatichande tiri kumba tisiri kuuya. Handitika 72 hours kureva kuti tiri kutanga nhasi mangwana cheve vedu vatori pabasa mangwana asi mangwana havasi kuuya. Tinotarisira kuti nemiwo mese navamaisa mamaleaders edu aya vanenge vasipo bhodzi kutedzera zvido zvedu tese hazvi zvido zvedu isusu pande zvedu tese takaungana kudai so.
Omunye wesiphathamandla kubandla eliphikisayo uSteven Sarkozy Chuma uthi ukuqhubeka kokuvalelwa komunye olwela amalungelo abantu kubandla eliphikisayo uGodfrey Karembera lo owaziwa ngokuthi nguMatsibaba Veshanduko kuyisiqinisekiso sokuba ukubuswa kwelizwe komthetho kusetshenziswa libandla elibusayo. Kunkulumo yakhe ayethule emakhasini okuxhumana kwelinye ihlangothi lwezindaba uChuma uthi ukuqhubeka kokuvalelwa kukaKarembera kutshengiswa ukuba ikusebenziswa kwezepolitiki kanti njalo abanye abantu abalamacala anzima bayaphiwa isibambiso. Ake sizweni ekhuluma.
Judiciary, which is expected under the principle of separation of powers to be an arbiter to protect citizens, it looks like on paper it has been, on paper in practice, it looks like it has been captured also. This is why you see, for example, with an issue of Prophet Magaya of rape. He was arrested well after Matsibaba Veshanduko was arrested, but he was granted bail. On a serious and grave crime like rape, was granted bail. Then when somebody was distributing flyers in Harare, and up to now is 7 months in period detention. What does that tell you? It tells you that the judiciary, which is supposed also to protect citizens, it seems to have been captured by the ruling party.
Izizalwane zaseZimbabwe eziphila ngaphandle kwelizwe ziye zahlangana zenza umbhikisho ophumelele kakhulu lapho besola ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu emahofisini aseZimbabwe kwele London ngoMgqibelo. Umbhikisho lo buqoqwe ngomunye wabalwela amalungelo abantu uChenai Mutambasere njalo uye wahlanganyelwa izizalwane zaseZimbabwe kumabandla ezombusazwe ashiyeneyo lenhlanganiso ezishiyeneyo. Ngesikhathi kusenziwa imbhikisho kukhulume abantu abashiyeneyo lapho abathe ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu kwephula amalungelo abantu baseZimbabwe. Omunye walabo abakhulumileyo kulo mbhikisho ngomunye wayethungamela abantu abasha kubandla eliphikisayo uObey Sithole. Ake simzweni ekhuluma.
The summary of our message today for anyone who cares to listen is that we are against the amendment bill number 1. And why do I say we are against it? I want to give a little bit of history. The month was March. The year was 2013. Millions of Zimbabweans went out, voted for what we then called the new constitution, which we have today. Most of you here, I assume, you were still there in Zimbabwe. You did not only vote, but you also mobilized the people of Zimbabwe to go out and vote for the new constitution. You had a conviction, because at that time, we had suffered a lot under one man who had overstayed his stay in power by the name Robert Mugabe. The idea of having term limits in the constitution was to stop the reputation of one man called Robert Mugabe. But now, look, most of you were there in Zimbabwe, voted for the constitution. But today we are gathered in the city of London, the country called United Kingdom. Some as immigrant workers, some as refugees, some as asylum seekers. In short, we are all displaced. We've been displaced because of poor governance in the country called Zimbabwe. Now I ask a simple question. If the people of Zimbabwe have suffered as much as we have suffered today, why should one man think that he deserves an extension of another term? His failures have been sufficient already. So to talk about an extension of the term is actually an insult to you, the people of Zimbabwe, who voted for a new constitution that sets aside the term limit. Unfortunately, on this particular sentence, Lord John also, I'm going to say it in Shona, but some who will translate to it. So my question to Mnangagwa is, if you were there in power since 2017, when you took over from Mugabe, you then won an election as you claim, which you all know that was a rigged election. You then served for the first term, 2018 to 2023. Then you took yet another term that he rigged again from 2023, now which is supposed to end in 2028. Saka Mnangagwa, you have more than 7-8 years in power already. Saka kana wakataza kuguta mukukambura, ndipo bozo kuguta ere mukukokota. Why do you need 2 more years when you've yet more than enough already? That's a simple question which I know he cannot answer. Then the other thing that you'd want to talk about, I know I said there are 21 amendments, I cannot go through all of them. I want to also save my attention to the one of traditional leaders. Traditional leaders over the years have been non-partisan according to the Constitution. But you all know that even in their practices, even when the Constitution was barring them from participating in politics, they were acting as the political commissars of the ZANU-PF. So now if they want to suggest that, and I need to clarify, not all of them, we have some very nice traditional leaders. But the idea fundamentally here is that they should remain non-partisan because they serve the interests of all Zimbabweans. Once they become partisan, we are simply saying they've now become an extension of ZANU-PF as a political party. And you know why ZANU-PF is suggesting that? They know that as a political party they are weak. They want to have extra structures through the traditional leaders. So we are also against that fundamental idea of having traditional leaders as a partisan. I also want to shift my focus to yet another important aspect, where there's a suggestion to take away the Gender Commission and put it to yet another commission. Now look, the history of Zimbabwe, as you might know, we are a patriarchal society where a lot of women have been victims of violence, abductions, be it in political spaces, even at home. So the Gender Commission is one fundamental commission that should be safeguarded to protect the interests of women in Zimbabwe, who happen to be the majority. So for me, I find it as a no-brainer that while they are trying to have the gain of protecting women against the violence, we have someone suggesting that we should disrespect the existence of that commission. Now the other thing which I see that people are looking at me, perhaps time is now racing against us. I would want to talk about the election of the president. We have known that when our forefathers fought for the liberation of Zimbabwe, they fought for 1 man, 1 vote. So the idea by Mnangagwa and his people that they do not want that to happen anymore is again a disrespect to the people who fought for the liberation struggle. Some of you have relatives whom you never saw. They perished during the liberation struggle. What should be said about those people? The little that you can do is to respect what they fought for. Now this is in solidarity with all our relatives who perished fighting for the liberation. 1 man, 1 vote should be respected. We cannot allow the voting of a president in a parliament with corruptible people. Remember, some of our parliamentarians have lost the principle of respecting democracy. They go where the money is. Now they've been promised the cars and money by 1 week now Chivaro. Okay, not Chivayo. Because I'm not Faravan. So you see that the struggles of Zimbabwe are plenty. But because of time, I'll end here by reminding you that while the Zigananda Zirikufadaya, Iweneni Trikukwangwaya. So we should not allow ZANU-PF to do the mutilation of the Constitution of Zimbabwe. So as I conclude, thank you so much, Lord. Okay, of course, that will come, definitely. I used to be a youth leader, so we understand these things. So I wanted to say thank you to everyone. You have sent a clear message that even though you are no longer within the borders of Zimbabwe, Zimbabwe remains you, and you remain Zimbabwe. And location is not a limitation for you to raise your voices against injustice in our motherland. Thank you. So, as I end, I'm going to sing a simple song. Because our idea, I think we've all agreed that this is now the time for Mnangagwa to serve his last term, and he goes. So, what am I going to say in song? Garwe chiba adikendenge chero wakabata futi. Garwe chiba adikendenge chero wakabata futi. Garwe chiba chero wakabata futi.
Umongameli webandla eliphikisayo uNelson Chamisa usesole kakhulu ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu. Lokhu athe kuhlasela amalungelo abantu njalo lokwephula izithembiso zikazibuse. Kumlayezo wakhe wokugubha usuku lukazibuse ngoMgqibelo, umongameli uChamisa uthi ibandla leZANU-PF selephule zonke izithembiso zikazibuse ezifana levoti elilodwa emuntwini oyedwa, inkululeko kanye lokuthula. Ungezelele ngokuthi kwezepolitiki kanye lokubuswa kuhle elizweni kumele kutshintshwe ukuze ilizwe lithole ukuzinza njengezithembiso ezenziwa ngesikhathi kutholwa uzibuse ukuba inkululeko kayize ebantwini. Isikhohlakali sebandla leZANU-PF uWicknell Chivayo usethembise ukunikeza imali engange-3.6 million edoleni leMelika kumalunga wonke edale lephalamende kanye lamaseneta njengesipho lesi athi sivunywe ngu-Emmerson Mnangagwa. Leso sipho siza phambi kokuba kuyiwe ephalamende ukuyavotelwa ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu enyangeni eyodwa ezayo. Omunye wesiphathamandla kubandla eliphikisayo Eric Gono uthi amalunga edale lephalamende kanye lamaseneta bakhangelele ukuba baphenyisise ngamathenda kanye lamakontraka njalo bafune lezimpendulo zokuba kungani elenotho engachasisekiyo uWicknell Chivayo, kodwa lesi sipho sakhe asebaphe sona siza kuthundubeza imiqondo yabo. Ake sizweni uGono ekhuluma.
News that Mr. Chivayo wants to sponsor Parliament of Zimbabwe, a whole government institution being sponsored by an individual, is quite shocking. One wonders where this individual gets so much money. What type of business does he do that makes so much profits that he has now the capacity to even sponsor government? I've never heard of such, but also what is important is that at a critical period like this where Parliament of Zimbabwe is deliberating a very important matter, a matter that involves the rights, the Bill of Rights, a matter that involves the sacred clauses of Constitution that requires the consent of the public. I think it's important that Parliament of Zimbabwe resists any attempt to be corrupted, because at the end of the day, what the people of Zimbabwe wants to see is integrity in Parliament. The integrity that is going to be shown by parliamentarians rejecting this bill, and if it is to go through, it would have gone through after amendments that would remove the touching of the Bill of Rights and the touching of the presidential terms, or a referendum. This is what we're expecting. And we know that Mr. Chivayo is a proxy of ZANU-PF who is trying to corrupt MPs. So we think that Parliament of Zimbabwe should, at the very least, maintain the little dignity that it probably still has.
Usaziwayo kwezokuthengiselana u-Obed Masaraure uthi kakukho okuningi izisebenzi ezingakuthakazelela lapho iZimbabwe ifikisa iminyaka engama-46 ithole uzibuse kuviki ephelileyo. Uye wathi uhulumende okhona usehlise isidima sabasebenzi baba ngabantu abazinhlekisa ngenxa yeholo eliphansi elingenelisi ukuba lincedise izidingeko zabo zonke. Ake sizweni uMasaraure ekhuluma.
The government of Emmerson Mnangagwa should be ashamed that just 2 days after our independence, our nurses have gone on strike. They are demanding a fair wage. They are earning paltry salaries. Our nurses were earning way below the poverty line. We heard of all the propaganda around salary increments or the lies that were fed with from state media, only to learn that there was no such increment as promised. Of course, there was tinkering with the component of the ZIG component of the salaries, but it's still not enough to cater for the basics. So our nurses remain trapped in starvation wages, our teachers trapped in starvation wages, all our civil servants, even workers in the private sector. Everyone is struggling, and our government doesn't seem to have a solution. Teachers are also threatening to go on strike when schools open. But we have a government that is trying to push towards extending the term limit of the incumbent president. They should be addressing these fundamental issues. We are complaining about the housemaid, security guards who are excluded from the minimum wage. These are workers who deserve to be paid well for the services they provide to our great nation. Now, we're complaining about tobacco farmers who are working tirelessly throughout the year, but they are shortchanged at the auction floors. The same way our cotton industry was destroyed because we failed to pay the farmers. This is the same way we want to destroy tobacco farming. We are demanding value chain justice for all working people, including the artisanal miners who are extracting gold, including in very dangerous tunnels, but then they're not shortchanged when they try to sell this gold. And again, we demand that this government should create jobs for the millions of our people who are out of employment. We want all able-bodied people to be employed. And how do we create that employment? One, we demand devolution so that each particular region can be able to create jobs at a local level. Secondly, we are demanding value addition to mineral resources and all our primary products. Imagine if we would value add our lithium from extraction, we do concentration, we do refining, and then manufacture battery components. That would create jobs. The lithium industry alone and the related industry would get us almost 1 million jobs in Zimbabwe, just from the 1.1 million tons of lithium that we export. So we are urging government to engage in value addition as the second way of creating jobs. Thirdly, we are also looking at the government to stop this idea of outsourcing all services, including just road construction. We want government to be outsourcing, or we want to revive our state parastatals. We want to see the district development fund being there to construct our roads, our bridges, our dams, among other things. We want to revive those parastatals, the state-led enterprises, and then create jobs there. Jobs that give fair wages to our people, labor justice for our people, with pension being guaranteed for our people. But we're also finally looking at the informal economy. To say our informal economy should not be for patronage purposes, but it should be able to save all the people who work in the informal economy. And finally, the land should be owned by all those who work on it. Happy Independence Day, Zimbabwe.
Izakhamizi zasemathepeleleni seziveze intukuthelo ngesithombe besenziwe ngendlela embi kakhulu esikaJoshua Nkomo, leso ebesifakwe emaphisa phambi kokuba kuthakazelelwe usuku lukazibuse. Lesi sithombe siye sakhitshwa ngemva kokuba umphakathi usole kakhulu. Othungamela ibandla eliphikisayo esabelweni sasemathepeleleni South, umhlonitshwa ubekezela amaplanka uthi ibandla leZANU-PF kumele lekele umkhuba walo okukhangelela phansi abantu basemathepeleleni, ikakhulu labo abalwela inkululeko njalo abangokhokho bethu. Abantu abasha esabelweni semathepeleleni South bathi impilo zabo zibuswe kabuhlungu ngaphansi kwebandla leZANU-PF lapho bebebuswa ngokubandlululwa. Omunye wabantu abasha okhulumisane lomsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio, Edgar Ncube, uthi ibandla leZANU-PF lulungisa imigwaqo ngamanqampu lapho abathungameli babo beza kuhlanganyela emcimbini yelizwe esabeleni leso. Uye wathi imigwaqo eminingi kuleso sabelo impumelelo ayikho esimene esihle njengoba yakhalalwa iminyaka leminyaka nguhulumende okhona. Ake sizweni uNcube ekhuluma.
Ngiyabonga msakazi kubuhlungu kulukhuni okusesabelweni semaThebeleleni South. Imigwaqo yethu ifile, akuhambeki, ukuthi kwenzakalani awusoze uvele ukuzwisise. Kodwa-ke kungasenani sikubonile ukuthi lalapho besithemba khona ukuthi imigwaqo iyasala ilungile, kuyasala kukuhle njengoba besikhangelane lokuthokozelela usuku lukaZibuse mhla ka-18 obelisenzelwa eMatopo eMaphisa. But kulusizo ukuthi lalapho kuqalwe khona ukulungiswa leyo mgwaqo ayiphelanga, isele injalo. And okumangalisa kakhulu ngize ngahleka ngaphumisela nje ukuthi kambe njengabantu abatsha nxa ilizwe silibona lisenzeka ngendlela enje liyaphetha liyini. Ngoba lapho engithutshe khona nxa bengisiya eMaphisa lapho kulungiswe khona i-Third Road sibili ebikhanya inhle, ngihlekile ngibona kufakwe ibhakane elithi lona you are entering a free pothole zone. Okungangokuthi aluba kuthiwa imigwaqo yonke injengalokho kube sokusithi lapho okulama-pothole khona maybe basebefaka ibhakane elizakutsho ukuthi hayi qaphelanini okwamakhilomitha 2-3 kulama-potholes ngaphambili. Kodwa instead the opposite yiyo eyenzakalayo. So silusizi lokhu thina njengabantu abatsha emaThebeleleni South. Ngamafitshane sithi yebo bathi sithethe inkululeko kodwa thina sithi not yet Uhuru, ngesizathu sokuthi kasikayitholi inkululeko esifisa ukuthi aluba siyayithola njengabahlali emaThebeleleni South, njengabantu abatsha emaThebeleleni South eZimbabwe. Ngiyabonga.
Izakhamizi zaseRedcliffe zithi azifuni ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu, lapho besithi ibandla leZANU-PF kanye loMnangagwa alikaze lakhethwa ngabantu selokhu kwaba ngumnyaka ka-1980. Kwakungumongameli wayekhona uMgabe owaletha uMnangagwa ebantwini ngemva kokudliwa kwakhe kabuhlungu ngomunye owayengaziwayo uBlessing Jepundo. Bathi baza kuhlala behlonipha umsebenzi owenziwa ngowayengumongameli uTsvangirai ngesikhathi ethungamela eCopark ukubhala kutsha isisekelo sombuso wabantu. Lezi izigananda esezifuna ukutshintsha namhlanje. Omunye wezakhamizi uClarice Vera usiphe lokhu.
Hayi somtemo ekhaba tisikuwirirana nawo hatitomboudi zvachose, hatitomboudi zvachose, hatidi kupuwa mutemo nemunhu watisina kuvhotera, hatitomboudi zvachose. Idi must go, hatitomboudi zvachose, hatidi kudzvanyirirwa mutemo wedu. Mutemo wakaiswana navatsvangirai 2013 ndo watinoda iwoyo, ngaugare uripo iwoyo. Hatidi kumonyoregwa ngeconstitution yedu nana idi. Hatisi kutomboda muno zvokuti idi aite nyika inose yake kana kuti aite one party state. Hayi, idi hatitombomude, haana kumbobvera akahwina election. Munhu aidyiwaona chebundo chaiye tozotongwa nemunhu from 1980. Idi haana paakambohwina election, even waingosundaidzwa naiye Mugabe akatisiyira zvesezvo. Ende nyaya yekebho hatitombodi kana kunzwa nezvayo, hatitombodi. Cap number 3 hatitombodi zvachose. I said no to bill number 3. I said no bill number 3. Hatitomboidi zvachose. Mutemo wakaiswa 2013 ndo watiri kuda kunzwa nezvawo nana vatsvangirai, ndo watiri kuda kunzwa nezvawo. Bill number 3, I say no to bill number 3.
Ngesikhangele kwezemidlalo, iScotland yizo intshantshu ze-Uhuru Cup yalonyaka ngemva kokuba benqobe iHighlanders 1-0 eMaphisa ngomgqibelo. iScotland yahlohla ngalo wayedlalela ama-Warriors njalo engukapteni uNoleji Musona, lo osebenzise ithuba lephutha elenziwe ngabavimbayo kuHighlanders. Umdlalo lo uphambaniswe kakhulu, inkundla ebingekho esimeni esihle kanye lamanzi abegcwele yonke indawo. Kumidlalo yekhasi laka Premier Soccer League abathungamelayo iCapes United banqobe iTail 1-1-0 ukuvula umkhandlo ngamaphuzu phezulu. Nansi eminye imiphumela yemidlalo edlaliweyo ngempelaviki. iHerentals 2 Hunters 1, Hard Rock 2 Ngezi Platinum 2, Agama 2 Simbapora 2, Triangle 2 Manica Diamonds 0, FC Platinum 2 Moors 2. Iqembu leManchester City lithole amaphuzu amathathu ngemva kokuba inqobe iArsenal 2-1 emidlalweni odlaliwe izolo enkundleni ye-Emirates. Nansi eminye imiphumela yemidlalo edlaliweyo ku-English Premier League ngempelaviki. iAston Villa 4 Sunderland 4, Chelsea 0 Manchester United 1, Tottenham 2 Brighton 2, Nottingham Forest 4 Burnley 1, Everton 1 Liverpool 2, Brentford 0 Fulham 0, Leeds 3 Wolves 0, Newcastle 1 Bournemouth 2. Ukuziphetha lezi indaba kumsakazo we-Citizens Movement Radio, nanze bezihamba phambili. Abongikazi baqala impikisho lapho bepikishela iholo eliphansi. Ukuqhubeka kokuvalelwa kukaMatibaba Beshanduko kuveza umthetho osebenza ngobandlululo, kusho isiphathamandla sebandla eliphikisayo. Izizalwane zaseZimbabwe eziphila ngaphandle kwelizwe zenze umbhikisho ophumeleleyo besola ukutshintshwa kwesisekelo sombuso ngokwehlandla lesithathu eLondon. Siziphetha lapha lezi indaba.